Hello everyone, how are you doing today? You get to see my camera reception there at the very beginning because I'm still new to this and I don't know everything that's going on with the stuff and the things with recording, but I'm learning every day. Hope you're doing well today. You can probably see on your screen there, sorry that I bumped the table there, that I'm going to be doing my just kind of thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie, the new trailer that came out, because I did the first one. I figured I should do the second one. Let me go ahead and give this a like. A little bit of a spoiler. I did enjoy this. Just kind of give my thoughts. I have, like the first video, I have already seen the video. I actually got to watch it with my baby girl, so that was really nice. But yeah, just kind of giving my thoughts on this second trailer. I apologize if my voice seems a little bit quiet with the audio compared to the video. I tried to do some troubleshooting beforehand. Again, I am still very new at this with doing kind of the simulcasting here with the video and then with my audio as well. So I do apologize for that. Trying to learn and get better in regards to that, but I couldn't figure out a way that the audio didn't kind of drown out my voice. So I will try to pause and talk while we're watching the teaser here. But yeah, just kind of want to get my thoughts. Again, a little bit of a spoiler. I'm actually really excited for this movie, but I will hold my complete thoughts until we get it started. So without further ado, let's maximize this and let's go. So, and I got these here so that you don't get the echo. And for whatever reason, at least at the beginning, the dun 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 reminds me very much of kind of like the trailer music for Rise of Skywalker, I think it was specifically. So it was kind of funny because it's kind of like, oh, I'm thinking Star Wars, and then obviously, they're playing the Mario theme. There's a pause, and then the Mario theme kicks in.
All right, let's go.
Alright, so I'll just preface this by saying I am not sold on Chris Pratt still. I also think in terms of marketing for people who are skeptical of Chris Pratt as Mario, they literally picked the worst line, because let's go is like, I don't know if it's the definitive Mario phrase, but if it's not, it's like one of two or three. And so they have with whatever version Mario's supposed to be in this, because some people are like, oh, he's kind of going for a Brooklyn accent. Whatever version of Mario's supposed to be with this, they have him say one of the most iconic Mario phrases. It's not doing any favors to people who have skepticism with Chris Pratt, myself included. It still feels like Chris Pratt-io. However, I will say, for whatever reason, and I don't honestly remember, I don't know if he says another line of dialogue. If he does, I think what I'm about to say has less credence. But if he doesn't, I think what I'm about to say has less credence. But if he does, what I will say is that his direction that he's been given for this is the style of Mario's voice that we want bothered me less in this trailer than in the first one. Now, that could just be because I only heard one line of dialogue, which we're about to find out and be refreshed on. So mainly what I'm just trying to say here is that I'm still not so sold on Chris Pratt as Mario, and I don't think the marketing team did themselves any favors with picking one of the most iconic lines of Mario that has very few lines. So yeah, they're probably going to be kind of torn apart by that. I haven't really been paying attention to what other people are saying. I'm sure they've been torn apart by that, but I'm sure it will probably be fine. I just don't think it's a good move in terms of marketing. But anyways, let's continue. I do like this whole almost like Super Smash Brothers. I wonder what the setup is, and then obviously, they have the epic music going on, and then, Mario just gets smacked down on, which is pretty funny.
Oh my god, okay.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to rule the world.
Wow, yay.
But there's one problem.
Oh, didn't mean.
There's a human, has a mustache, just like you.
Do you think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat with the letter of his first name on it? Because I don't.
Okay, so multiple things with that. Jack Black continues to bring his A game with Bowser. I hope that man gets nominated for something. I don't know if they have a voice actors award show, but he's doing a great job. Again, as I mentioned in the previous video, or I should say in the first trailer, Jack Black, he's both a singer and he has experience voice acting. He's a very talented individual in that regard, as opposed to, with the exception of one of the greats of all time of voice acting, Kevin Michael Richardson. I don't think any one of the main voice actors in this movie have any experienced voice acting. I could be wrong in that. I could be wrong in that summation, but it seems that all the other actors, as far as I know, just off the top of my head, have not done any voice acting before. They're all just kind of like traditional in front of a camera actors. So I think what you're seeing in comparison to Jack Black, and say with the example of Chris Pratt, because I think it's the most egregious example of, you see the difference between someone who actually has voice acting experience and someone who doesn't have voice. It's just like, oh, I'm a character and I'm doing a voice. Again, not saying that an actor can't do a good job. I love, we actually just saw it recently, and it's an Illumination product. We actually just saw Despicable Me. Love Steve Carell's voice as Gru. Now, of course, Steve Carell is more of a comedic actor. Comedic actors tend to have more range. Now, Chris Pratt is kind of a semi-comedic character actor. Definitely, where he got his break in Parks and Rec, and then obviously a little bit with Star-Lord. Not so much, I think, in the Jurassic Park movies, although I've only seen 2 of them, and I've only seen them once, and I don't really remember. But I'm not trying to put down Chris Pratt or any of the other actors. I'm just trying to point out the fact that with how excellent of a job Jack Black is doing, I think it comes from his experience of other things outside of just acting in front of a camera, which I don't know if any of the other actors outside one of the goats of voice acting, Kevin Michael Richardson, I think I'm getting his name right, none of the main big names have that experience. So, and then we have, I honestly don't remember the name of the guy, this is so bad, the name of the guy who's doing the voice of Luigi, Super Mario movie, I'll just do that search. I just like getting the names right. Wait, is this... Okay, sweet. What's his name? Charlie Day, right? Yeah, Charlie Day. So, talking about Charlie Day doing the voice of Luigi. Again, Luigi kind of has a distinct voice. He has a more nasally voice in the games in comparison to Mario. Obviously, it doesn't really sound like Luigi, and maybe it's just because of the fact that Luigi is not as iconic of a character as Mario. And also because Luigi kind of didn't really have a voice in the very earliest Mario games. Charlie Day as Luigi isn't really bothering me so far. I mean, I would go and say, well, that doesn't sound like Luigi, but I think he captures the spirit of Luigi well, which is important. So it does make me think, okay, am I being a little bit petty with Chris Pratt, so to speak? Like, you're critiquing Chris Pratt, and it could just be, well, Mario has a more iconic voice as opposed to Luigi. It's more set in my mind, so I'm having more issues with it. It could be that. Again, with Chris Pratt specifically, again, I don't want this to be all about Chris Pratt. I am still waiting till I see the movie to make a full judgment of it. I'm very skeptical of it as of this point of Chris Pratt's performance. I know he's probably pouring his heart out on this. And there's another actor that I'm quite a bit skeptical about as well, which I'll get to later. But it's one of those things where, like, will he be able... I think if Chris Pratt's able to convey the spirit of Mario, I think it'll be okay, But so far, I haven't kind of felt like that bouncy, heroic energy that Mario has. Luigi, of course, is a more worrisome character. And I think Charlie Day, even though he doesn't really sound much of anything like what we've heard of audio samples, of Luigi from the games, I think he still conveys that spirit of Luigi well. So as of right now, I don't have the same concerns, but also, again, it's the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's Mario. Now, I know that Mario is actually, it's kind of a joke in Nintendo. Mario is supposed to be their last name. So, Mario is literally, his name is Mario. And then there's Luigi Mario. But, as most people, you say Mario, you think of Mario, you're not thinking of Luigi. So, there is some extra pressure on Chris Pratt in comparison to Charlie Day, which may be a little bit unfair, but that's just the nature of the situation. So, but enough about that. Let's keep on going.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
And I love that Toad has a frying pan. Evokes Sam of Lord of the Rings.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
And that's just amazing. And I love this. I love this so much. I think this is definitely more of a fan servicey trailer in comparison to the first one, because you have this, which is supposed to be like kind of like an obstacle course, but obviously it's paying homage to all the Mario platforming levels, which, you know, we all, for those of us who played Mario games, we all know and love. So I really love this. They have another shot later on that's just kind of paying homage to Mario fans. But this is really great. I love it. I can't wait to see what they do with this. It'll probably just be a montage because if you think about it, in terms of just pushing the story further along, it's not going to do a whole bunch, but it can probably be a fun bit. So, and I'm hoping that it will be.
This, no problem. Yes!
Alright, and again,
No problem.
right here. Does not Mario look like Fix-It Feel-It Jr. from Wreck-It Ralph? I'm not making any kill plates. I'm just saying they're cousins. So.
Yes!
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Ah! Get it off, get it off, get it off!
And obviously, with Mario not knowing what to do with the fish thing, that shows you how much of a Mario fan I am. I don't know what their name is. It does kind of give me the feeling of, like, Mario hasn't done this before. And also with what Luigi's been talking about, you know, because with Bowser's talking about, hey, there's someone who looks like you. You know, that's, you know, messing up all my plans. I think this is very much of like, hey, this is Mario's first adventure. This is how this is being portrayed. This isn't something that has been done before.
There's a huge universe out there.
So, and one thing, if you're a Mario fan, there's a huge universe out there. It does make you wonder about Mario Galaxy, and will Rosalina maybe make an appearance somehow? Maybe it'll be a post-credits scene or something along those lines. If you played Mario Galaxy, you know. And as some people have pointed out, other commentators that I've watched, it would be really neat if they take Rosalina and her story, because it is a very bare bones story for Rosalina, but it's very sweet, and you could do a lot with it, honestly, in the hands of a good writer with Rosalina. But yeah, wonder if that's a little hint, Easter egg of Mario Galaxy and Rosalina. So
There's a huge universe out there. With a lot of galaxies.
see, she says galaxies right there.
They're all counting on us.
Oh, and I think in that shot,
They're all counting on us.
I didn't notice that. That looks like I can't remember what it's called, but it's the contraption, because I haven't played any of the Luigi Mansions games, but it's the contraption that Luigi uses. Although it may not be, because I'm like seeing some wrenches and stuff. It might just be a Luigi's toolkit. I thought it might have been the vacuum that he uses in Luigi's Mansion, but I think I'm wrong.
No pressure.
And then obviously Mario Kart, super awesome. Just love that homage to that. I wonder how they're gonna work that into the movie. I'm very interested. Okay, now that Wahoo was done well. That gives me hope. I really enjoyed that. So, again, leaving the verdict out till I see the movie. Again, the music, that sounds a bit like Star Wars kind of until they throw in the Mario theme. But honestly, I am actually very excited for this movie. I think it's going to be fun, which is honestly I think it's a kind of a sad state of what movies have become nowadays. And this isn't going to be a total thing about movies are so terrible. It's just more of a culture thing. And again, it's not me saying culture's so terrible, although there are certainly aspects of it. But it's just kind of sad that so much about, like, with entertainment is, like, we can't just have fun anymore. Like, things just always have to be about something. Like, we just can't sit back, not think about something, and just have fun. And I think this movie really just, the whole point of it is to have fun. Mario is to have fun. I mean, he is the icon, and yes, there are other icons, but, like, if you had to pick one character out of all video games, he is the icon of video games, and Mario is about fun. I think this movie is channeling that. So I'm very excited, and my wife and I, she's in the other room, that's why I keep looking that way. My wife and I don't think we've seen a movie since Endgame in theaters, and this will probably be the first movie that we go see in theaters. I'm very excited for it. So I will probably wait to hear reviews just in case, because I still have to pay attention to money. I'm not going to waste however much, at least a good $30 to go see this movie if it's going to be bad. But if I hear people are enjoying it and they like it, even if there are issues with it, I want to check it out. So I'm pretty excited about it. That's a pretty huge endorsement for me that I'm willing to spend my hard-earned cash on it when, we could probably be using it for other things. Not to be like, oh, well, we're going to have to skip a meal. Nothing like that, but just saying, like, okay, maybe we could use this money a little more wisely, but we're going to do a little treat for ourselves because, we're kind of excited about it. And I think my daughter would really love it. Lots of bright colors. And I know I'm excited about it. I love it. I love it a lot. I think this trailer did a lot more to really sell me on this movie than the first one did. Again, still have some reservations kind of with Chris Pratt as Mario. Is he going to pull it off? I want to wait to watch the movie for that. I don't think it will ruin the movie. I think also, especially with that Wahoo, we're gonna go back. We're gonna hear that one more time.
Wahoo!
Okay. Obviously, that doesn't sound like Mario from the games, but that's perfect spirit of Mario. That's what I'm hoping for from Chris Pratt's performance. I hope he was directed that way. If he can do that, now obviously I've critiqued every other line that he's delivered, so I don't think it will be perfect, but I think if the overall arcing spirit, he gets that of Mario, I think it's going to be perfectly fine. The other thing, now when I watched this originally, I watched the Nintendo stream, and so they kind of had some interviews with people. I didn't talk about Princess Peach at all. Charlie Day. Where is she? Oh, not Felicia. My goodness, where did I get that? Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. I think she's fine. I mean, I don't really have anything beyond that. I'm not like, oh wow, this is exceptional, and I don't really have any criticisms. I think it'll be fine. So that's good. That's solid. We'll see. I hope she hits it out of the park. I really want this movie to do well. And yeah, it is kind of neat to see Princess Peach take a more active role. Now, of course, oh man, this hat's really bothering me. Of course, now I'm gonna be blocking my face from the light. With Peach, she's kind of been more of a backseat role in a lot of Mario games, at least historically speaking, but Peach is a very important character to the Mario mythos, and she's oftentimes involved, especially, within the last 20 years, in the games of some sort or another. But it's still neat to see this take on her. I know some people have concerns. I'm not going to mention them here because I don't really have those concerns in regards to this. Because I think it's going to be fun. First and foremost, I think that's what the movie creators are going for, and so I'm just going to step out in good faith that is what they're going for, and that they'll do the character of Peach justice. And then the last thing that I will say, because just in case anyone thinks I'm a Chris Pratt hater, and I was mentioning I watched the Nintendo stream, and they were interviewing people, and they did Anya Taylor-Joy. She was one of them, and then the other person was Seth Rogen. And you will note they did not do any voice lines for Seth Rogen. That does have me concerned. I could be completely wrong, but that was my one big thing when I saw the casting call, when they were revealing the cast for Chris Rogen. It was kind of the same thing with Chris Pratt. It's like, okay, so am I going to hear Mario, or is it just going to be I hear Chris Pratt as Mario? And to be honest, there's a little bit of aspect of that with Jack Black too. However, I know of Jack Black's experience with voice acting, so it wasn't to the same degree. The other person that really got me concerned was Seth Rogen. Okay, how is Donkey Kong not going to be Seth Rogen? Is it really going to be Donkey Kong? And also, you have to consider the character Donkey Kong. He's not ever voiced. So, yeah, they interviewed Seth Rogen on the Nintendo stream. They don't have any voice lines of Donkey Kong in this trailer. It almost makes me feel like, oh, yeah, it's going to probably be pretty jarring with Donkey Kong. Not saying that it's going to be bad, but it's just kind of like, you're going to be in this movie, you're going to be in it, you're going to be involved, and then you hear Seth Rogen go, his laugh. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, Seth Rogen, yep, I'm watching a movie. So that's kind of my fear with that. I don't think, Donkey Kong isn't like some deep character. Not that Mario is either. I'm not really worried about that. It's just more like, okay, is it going to break my immersion of the movie? If it's just kind of, if I'm in the middle of having a whole bunch of fun, and then it's like, oh yeah, and there's Seth Rogen, and I remembered I'm watching a movie. So we'll just see. Maybe I'm worrying about nothing. I hope I am. But I'm very excited for the movie. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being proven wrong with Chris Pratt specifically, and hopefully also Seth Rogen. But we'll just see. If we have a good time, it'll be a success. It'll be wonderful just to go to the movie theater again, because I think Endgame was what? Well, I mean, especially by then, it'll be like 3 years. So it'll be nice just to go to a movie again and have an experience, and to watch my first movie with my baby girl, and and she'll have a movie that she'll enjoy watching because it's bright and colorful and there's noises and and introducing her to video games, so hopefully she'll like them. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts. I can't think of anything else, but I'm extremely very excited for this movie. If you guys are interested in watching it, I hope you are as well. But that's all I got. So thank you so much for just sitting through my rambling and my thoughts. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you all. Are you excited for the movie? Are you not? You don't care? If you're watching this and you don't care, thank you so much for watching. Are you just kind of like, oh, it's going to be terrible, I'm not going to watch it? Whatever your feelings are, please let me know. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like. But I'm just so appreciative of you taking the time to watch this. I hope you're having a great week. And remember, what we create matters. And here we go again with the cameraception. Try not to get disoriented.